Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Youth Football Sports Center. It's your host, Big Bun G. In the background, you hear my artist, A.T. the King, featuring Dub 20, our song of the week, The Streets. Y'all make sure y'all go to iTunes and get that A.T. the King on this tape. Hey, man, what's happening? I'm back, man. It's Youth Sports Center, man. We like to talk, man. This is our new show, First and 10, man. We're going to talk on a couple of topics. I got a couple of guest hosts coming in. Man, I want to introduce everybody to one of the coaches that I got respect for. Like I told y'all on First and 10, man, we want to bring in coaches. This is Youth Football Sports Center, so I want to bring a lot of our coaches together, man, and start being able not only to network, especially in the Sacramento area, but in the Northern California area, but give these youngsters an opportunity to start speaking well in front of cameras. Shout out to Big Indie Network. We signed a deal with them, man. Shout out to them. We're actually streaming live on Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick, and Android in 162 countries. Y'all make sure y'all go get the app, because after we go live on YouTube, it will no longer be on YouTube. Everything goes to Big Indie. First, I want to introduce y'all to somebody who I got respect for. When I say a program that he's running is historical throughout California, period. But more importantly, this coach is coaching the 14U Grant Pacers, who's actually nationally ranked. Like I said, man, I'm never a hater, man. I'm going to give all props when they're due. We got Mike Rich, man, the coach of 14U, nationally ranked 14U Grant Pacers, man. Thank you for joining us today, man.
First of all, nice, man. Thank you for having me. I'm not the coach of the 14U. You know, they're my dudes and everything. They all coach the 12, the 14, the JV, and the varsity. You know, they got a good thing going on. My guy is on the 14U though. You know, I just be pumping them dudes up.
That's it. And let me start right there. This is what I'm saying. That we need more people like you, Mike, man, that's gonna support these youth, man. A lot of these youngsters don't have people they can lean on. You wouldn't have never knew how much they support. So shout out to the 14U. Mike, man, let me ask you something, man. What do you think in youth sports starting off? I'm gonna ask you something. What do you think that we're missing in youth sports that can or what do you think could get better in youth sports, especially at the 14U age?
Connectivity, man. Connectivity. We could be doing a lot more, not just locally, but through Central California. You know, they got some up north teams in the mountains that's kind of doing some things too. We could be linking up with. You know, we should be doing some powerhouse things, man. You know, the OG Ducks got their thing going on down there. I don't see why we couldn't do the same thing up here.
Do you think, okay, it's funny you said that, because I'm going to ask you something. I had a youngster tell me that, do you think we could compete with Florida football at youth age?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
We the hotbed. We the hotbed now. We got it now.
Okay. So being that, you know, when they say the Florida, the Texas, the down south teams are more equipped with the youth sports and more down, I kind of had this argument where I felt like that's a lie, because I feel like I use you guys for example. I use Grant. Grant has always been a historical team that has always played at a high level from the youth sports all the way up and down. Last year, give you an example, I believe all y'all teams went to the championship. Shout out to the Sac Raiders, 12U, and I believe our 10U went.
Yeah.
That's big for organization. Can you
Real talk.
Elaborate on how Grant has been able to, from your perspective, be so powerful?
I'm gonna keep it real, man. You know, I've been in this city since 1991, and when I was a kid, Grant had a lot of things going on. You know, they had the Pacers, the Rams, the Chargers. You know, it was always one of them, like a real powerhouse. I'm from the other side of town, though, so you know, I never really had no reason to play over there or be over there or anything. But when I started having my kids play youth football and they start tearing leagues up, I was just thinking to myself, like, man, where's the best fit for my kids at, to where like they'll get the most out of practice. So I just chose Grant because like Saturdays are fun and all, but now you get that work throughout the week. And if you line it up next to dogs right next to you all through the week, that Saturday shit is easy.
That's true. So you said you're from which area of Sacramento? Let them know.
I'm from North Highlands. I used to play it. We used to play at Antelope.
Oh, okay. My daughter actually graduated from Foothill this
Yep.
coming January 24th. Shout out to my baby. She graduated.
Shout out for sure.
Single father raised a young lady since she was 6 months. She's now graduating a year early. So, as I like to say, I got to
Salute you.
props on the fact, as she told me to, me growing up, I'm from Oakland. And so I came to Sacramento. I've always been into youth sports. I played at Oakland High School. Like I said, I played for the Dynamites. I played for teams in the Bay Area. But when I got out here, I wanted to get ingratiated with the youth. And my program, I run a college prep program. So me being with the Raiders, when I got with the Raiders, the 14U hadn't even been together in 2 years, I believe. Hadn't won since whatever. I was able to start this program. Shout out to Clifford, who's the 12U coach. We started a college prep program, and our program consists of Zoom meetings. It consists of media. We have a media team, and it also consists of mental health, right? I try to make sure I let all my boys know, A, I love them. B, I'm always here for them. But more importantly, it's student athletes. My most accomplished thing is even this year, I've so far 16 students. I got 36. 18 have now turned in their report cards, all 3.0s.
That's what's up.
I like to get ingratiated with the parents. I tell the parents, we got to work together. I can't tell your son to run a 10-yard route and you do it right away, and you tell him to take out the garbage 5 to 6 times, and you steady tell him that can't happen. So we have to work together, and more importantly, me having my parents. Shout out to my parents. It's been even my father's that be like, hey, Keith, look, man, you better get on your boy, man. I'm hating. He ain't did his own. Again, having those type of effects. When you say you took your kids, you being from the North Highlands areas, you got the Grant. So Foothills, you got North Highlands. For you to take them over there, that's a shout out to Grant program.
Definitely. We were at Antelope, and we're in SYF, and we were over there for a few years, and we had ran into a victim of some daddy ball at a couple organizations prior to that. But now outside of that, we was at Antelope, and we just tore things up, and it just felt like it was too much on one athlete to be scoring 4 or 5 times a game for you to win a championship. So, it was kind of taking the fun out the game. You know what I mean? Like recreation teams are cool and everything. Like I got respect for those. You got to start somewhere for sure. But now if you're trying to build something, man, you got to go where them boys is at. You got to get right next to somebody that's right like you. Otherwise, you just think you're just the guy.
You know what? We got a segment, and I'm glad you said that, because we're going to have you as a returning guest. Daddy ball. Let's speak on that, right? And before I say this, I respect all the fathers that's in your kids' life. But let me be so 100 with you. If your kid can't play, can't play. I'm being honest. What do you think for that? Because I don't want to think people saying that we're not. We love that fathers are involved. Let's get that. But if you're a coach and your dad, your kid is not the caliber of kid that should be at that starting position, don't enforce it on him. Find somewhere where he's good at, because now you're rendering. Let me ask you, speak towards that, and what do you think about Daddy Ball?
And Daddy Ball is cool, man. I'm gonna keep it real. My dad used to coach, and he used to have us on the field and on the floor. But I'm gonna keep it real, man. If you wasn't that guy, he'll sit your ass down for surely. You know what I mean? Like this year, my son, my oldest son on 14U, man, he's gotten to a level, like he's a reclass now. He's been playing for 9 years. He's kind of elite. So, he touches the ball maybe 2-3 times a game, and then he sits down in the second quarter. You know what I mean? So he's out for the whole game. So, we ain't even tripping. There's kids in there that really need to get some work and all the type of things like that. Daddy ball, it only becomes offensive when everybody notices it. I noticed it. If I notice it, I'm part of the game. Like, I know the game, so I'll notice it before a regular parent does. But if a mom notices that shit, that's when it's a problem.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to my OC, Coach Serge. One thing about him, his son play. I'll be having to tell him sometimes, like, bro, hey, he didn't do, because he's a coach first. And I'm like, bro, sometimes I have to believe, hey, bro, he didn't even do that, bro. Like I'm watching, because I'm not head coach. Where I allow my coach, I sit back and watch the game. I allow the coach to coach. You know, my defensive coordinator, who's my little brother, his son played last year. Me and him got into it because I'm like, bro, you're not gonna talk to my nephew like. And I love coaches like that. And I also love the coaches that's going to understand. Look, my kid might not be at that caliber, or even if they are, using that as an example. You know, it's funny you said that when moms pick it up. What do you think about the mothers that come? They're not at practice, but they come to the games and why my kid ain't playing? They're only. What do you think about that?
There's a few factors into that, like you know, not showing up for practice, not going hard in practice. You know, sometimes, you know, we fail to realize there's things that we're not doing or our kids not doing, and it's keeping them off the field. So, you know, we have to do more as parents, man. You know, like, of course, we want to see our dudes score 5 and 6 touchdowns and get 1,000,000 tackles and get the interception and make the game winning play. But sometimes it's not in the cards, man. You know, like I said, it used to be a regular thing for us, but then we got around some people that anybody can make the play. You fighting to make a play. So, you know, it took all the, you can't even play daddy ball where you at. You can't even do it.
Nope.
You can't, it's impossible.
I tell the coaches too also I tell coaches, should no player be a part player, because that's up to coaching. Listen, every player has a special talent about them, especially if they're out there. If they're forced to be out there, it's a little different. We know they're forced to be out there. We know. However, those that's forced to be out there, get them and grab them and coach them up. You know, I want to elaborate on a couple things on this season, right, that I'm seeing, right? First of all, I want to ask you about how do you feel about ranking? And do you think the ranking should have kind of like the coaches ranking? Because what I was thinking is that it should be 3 rankings, right? Fans, board, kind of like in your coaching poll, right?
Yeah.
All 3 gotta have the same vote for when you vote for that team to win.
Right.
I had this argument because we were doing our voting that I'm about to start doing. Like I said, I want you to be a part of this. My thing about it is I'm always like this. I'm a reality person about it, right? A lot of people will say, you are, for me, I was started off at being number 1 because I'm a realist. I will put Greg there, right? But then every other else, I will see it. Reason being, I'm saying this because once you get nationally ranked, when I'm talking about this throughout the U.S., you got to respect it, right? What do you think, or do you think that would be better, or the ranking is good on how it is?
First of all, if we talking about fans, let's really break that down, man. A fan, like I'm really a fan of this youth sports football shit. Like I take this over college, I take this over professional shit because that's where I'm at right now. So I'm really a fan of this shit. I'm really watching. I'm really paying attention. I'm looking at who's good. I'm looking at what kids is going bad. You feel me? Like I'm really paying attention. So if you're just a fan that's a fan of your team, then we don't need your opinion. We looking for them fans though. You feel me? Like them guys that know who them boys at and where they at. You feel me? And what kids moved up and who left and who did what. You know what I mean? This is there's something real going on. And if you just gonna just throw your 2 cents in and don't know the whole picture, we don't need that.
I agree. I think, you know what, shout out to Gino now. I like the rankings, but I also think we need to add a little more stricter schedule, things like that. Because again, even with our league, a lot of these teams that we're playing, let's be honest, we're not going outside that Central Valley. And that's my thing about next year, where I want to challenge our team. I want to play more out of district games like you guys, because that's how you're going to put yourself on the map. Win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter. Get yourself out there, you know.
Right.
This show is sponsored by, listen, the Liquor Locker, Roseville, California, 151 Darling Way. You guys are in the Roseville area, stop at the Liquor Locker, let them know Youth Football Sports Center sent you. Hey, y'all purchase anything, send us a receipt. We will be picking a couple winners. You know my producers like to give out cash out. Also, this show is sponsored by my music company, Unity Music Group. Shout out to my artists, Zayton and AT, who both just dropped singles on iTunes. Y'all make sure y'all go grab them. Last but not least, shout out to the Tree Boy Clothing. If you're in the Sacramento area, go to Tree Boy Clothing on Franklin Boulevard, or you can go to their website. They got a lot of great merch. Let's get back to the show. Also, I forgot we got a new call line. If y'all want to call in, y'all got any questions? Because we do like to get in little topics that people may want to elaborate. Like I'm about to talk about this legacy, right? Because my guy Mike said something that he don't understand that he just put in his messages that I'm gonna elaborate on. So if y'all want to call in, y'all got any questions, y'all call 916-758-7437. Remember, we're streaming on Apple TV, Roku, Android, 178 countries worldwide. Get your Fire Stick, download that big indie network. Listen up, Mike, man. I seen you said something. Yeah. As they like to say in the real world, I'm gonna get a little messy right here, right? Let me go.
Right.
Because listen, he said something about mothers, and if y'all don't notice, I said I kind of relied on that. Okay, so I had a mom come up to me the other day. She jumped out of the car. Marquise. I said, what's up? She said, so I hear 510 Legacy is ineligible. They had a 10th grader play. They had a player from high school come down and play against y'all. I take my losses. Never been complaint. Anybody know? I really grew up old school Oakland. Like I played with some boys. Again, I don't make excuses. However, my players get in the group chat. No, we're a study hall. My player jump up, be like, Coach, I know we was study hall. I gotta get this on my chest. I'm hearing that 510 Legacy had cheated. Now I tried to grab our boy Big Game on here. Tried to invite him because I don't like talking behind nobody back. I'm straightforward. What did you hear? Because I seen you say you heard they were ineligible. We like to talk about this Youth Football Sports Center. What did you hear?
You know, I'm a troll, man. If y'all ain't known me yet, I'm a troll, man. I'm gonna be on there, you know what I mean, perusing and grooving and looking and trying to make my comments, you know, piss somebody off. But so I'm looking back there at the scoreboard. I tapped in with Will. I dialed him up real quick. Will Williams, like, you know, he ran the scoreboard. So I looked back on the thing and I seen they had beat y'all 12-0. So I tapped in with Serge, and Serge said ain't nothing cooking. You feel me? Like they wasn't even supposed to have a team. So I looked on the next week, and they played Solano, and the lady had commented that there was a forfeit because they didn't have a team, and they didn't. That was it. And that was the last I heard of them. I ain't heard no wind of them, no nothing until they just popped up on the rankings.
And see, this is where I was at, right? I'm gonna be honest. The referee, I don't disrespect nobody. It's the guy that barely can walk, right? When I say they called a couple touchdowns back, he literally called. I will never forget this. I damn near got kicked out the game. One guy called. Listen, he called the play. It was a hold. Dude, tell him to pick up the flag and bring it back. They called a touchdown back. Now, mind you, I don't make no excuses. They scored the first quarter of the game, I believe. If my boy on here, he can say it, and at the end. My defense is sound, right? So I'm looking, and then I start going to look at the scores. I got parents in my ear. I'm getting into it with parents. We don't make excuses. However, day before yesterday, 2 parents called me. What do we need to do? Because, again, Marquise, you got to understand, they had a player. I'm like, I haven't heard nothing. Now, like I said, shout out to my boy Big Game. It was a great game. Great game. The refs, I can honestly say, called a shitty game. I take blame also. My line wasn't, it didn't play up to perfection. However, I started going back and I'm like, we played y'all in Jamboree and we was able to move the ball. Great game. How the hell each call, we had literally, just no lie, we had 175 yards in penalty.
Right.
Okay, cool.
That's wild. That's wild.
Cool. So I started looking. Now, when I sit there and say we don't make excuses, I took the loss. I don't petition that, because in order to be the best at what you want to be, you got to play the best. You got to take the lumps. Now, my boy said that they did. I believe he said that they. Let me see what he said. They did suffer a loss, a forfeit, as what you said. Let me see. He said that they got suspended, suspension L, so they're really supposed to be 5-0.
That's
Right?
what I thought. That's what I thought.
Okay. So that's something that should be taken into consideration when the ranking. Now I understand if they beat us and we were ranked 14, that put them, but I could have swore they were up a little higher. So how did they drop down and knock us off? Shout out to my cousin.
Nah, they wasn't on there. They didn't make the list last time.
Okay. Shout out to my cousin Vito, who runs the Carmichael Commodores. They're 6-0. Had a great argument.
They doing their thing. Where they pop out of? Vito, where y'all pop out from? Y'all doing y'all thing, man.
Let me call my cousin on live, man. Vito, listen, I'm so proud of him. This is my blood cousin, so it's funny that me and him, us being family, we had a scrimmage at the beginning of the year. And I like I told him, I loved where he was going because my cousin popped out of nowhere. Did not know he even had a team. Cousin, you live on air. What's up with it? Can you hear us? All right, so my guy Mike said, where did you pop up at, man? Where did you pop up out the we were talking about your team. My guy Mike from Grant said, where did y'all pop up out of? Grant, Mike Rich.
No, Mike Rich. No, Mike Rich. You know who I am. So I coached for the Rams last year.
He know.
I know. I know. I'm saying this is magic what y'all did, because it's 2 programs started that this year in that same block radius, and y'all got 4-5 teams over there in general, and y'all just popped out and took that everything over in 1 year.
Period.
Man, like I really don't know how it happened, Mike. It was written. It was God bless you. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
We'll tell you though, along the way, it was it was a lot of hate, though.
It was a lot of hating, you said?
It was a lot of hate.
So let me ask you this. We were just talking about this, me and Mike, and we were talking about, I'm going to ask you, what do you think 14 you can get better at as far as overall as a whole in youth sports?
14 could get better at if we train the kids not to bicker with each other, because we got to understand that at the level that we coach, and we get these kids prepared for the next level in life. To me, 14U is a bridge gap. Mm-hmm. You get them prepared for high school, which also gets them prepared for college. You also get them prepared for, everybody want to go to the field. That's why I truly, really appreciate, the orgs that I have to look at, like the Pacers. Like, that's what I will give y'all, Mike, first class orgs,
I said that.
Y'all get them kids ready for high school. And it's already being written with y'all because y'all won the state championship last year with the kids that came from y'all youth level football. You get what I'm saying? So my thing is, we got to teach these kids life lessons. We got to let these kids understand that, football, if it's what you want, you got to also have your attitude correct, because the next level, they're not going to play with you. Correct. Your attitude can get you kicked off the team in high school, get you dropped in the draft. Your attitude's going to go a long way for where you try to go to.
But you know where I think that comes into factor, because a lot of these coaches are afraid to set their star players, are afraid to discipline their star players because of that factor. A lot of these coaches, let's be honest, y'all, they're not here for these kids' well-being. They're here for their athletic ability. I ask coaches, how many coaches really know what their players are doing after practice, after the season? How many of you guys are, especially the star players, how many of you guys are following them through high school? How many of you guys are keeping an open line of communication? Because let's be honest, man, and I'm going to be real and uncut. Our star athletes be usually the ones with the most problems. Can we agree to that?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
me tell you what I do. All right, so for example, you see that heel up, you see that heel up.
You damn right.
You see that heel. That heel is a lot of them kids' best friend. A lot of them kids go do 50 of them on that heel. I'm not talking about you doing 50. Bear crawls might be included. You fight bear crawl up that heel. You know,
you see how you had your money? He had my players listen. And this is one thing about it. That's why we need to start doing this. We had a joint mini camp, one of the dopest things ever. And see, a lot of them didn't know that this is my blood cousin, right? So when they seen the competitive, but they seen him stop practice, go to that hill. Y'all want to start fighting with each other? See, we got to deal with family issues when we leave here. So if we see that they looking at our elderly looking at us like y'all what are y'all doing? We're disciplinaries. So do y'all feel like that should be a thing where we start having these conjoint practices? Maybe Grant and during the summer, Grant and the Raiders, Grant and the Commodores, each team practicing with each other. Hey, you didn't know each other.
You know what? I used to be against that joint practice stuff when I was just getting started in this, but now I see the ultimate value in that, man. You can learn a lot. This is about coaches. This is about players. This is about people being able to be on the field together. You notice there's a lot of fights in the games, and I'm not talking about the adults. Let's take them out of it for right now because they have problems too. But the kids get to fighting on the field a lot this year and the last couple of years, and these joint practices would slim that shit out, real talk, and it would get these coaches seeing what they got to do that they doing wrong or what they got to fix up on, man. That's game recognized game. Iron sharpens iron, and you need that kind of shit.
Also, it'll keep the game back. Listen, if we're joint practicing, real quick, cousin, real quick, I got you. If we're joint practicing, guess what that do? That might alleviate some of this gang shit. Because if I see one of my partners that I just joint practice with, we know this football shit. Hey, bro, hold on. This is why I check IGs. I tell my players, I'm gonna tell you what, I don't care if it's your cousin or not. You know, if you're a gang member, you better not be in no IG picture. If I catch you at Shores or Art Mall without a coach or a parent, I don't kick players off the team. You're gonna run, you will not play. Because again, a lot of it, let's be honest, y'all, these parents drop these kids off to us as if we're babysitting. Let me be honest. You don't get some parents that don't even stay. So therefore, if we're doing what we're supposed to do at coaches, not just coaching for the 4 hours we got them coaching a lifestyle, then they understand, standards, even with us coaches. We may have alliance to other things, but you got to make sure that you let these players know your alliances within us.
Real talk. I noticed that, man.
Shout out to
there's
my
a lot of
Thomas, man.
That practice that we did, that
it kind of put us for the year.
That kind of made us a better team.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree,
I'm
cousin.
not gonna lie. I don't think, to be real, I don't think we blow teams out the way we blow teams out right now. We didn't do that.
You know what? It's funny you said that. Yep. Sir said it.
To keep it real, because you know that game that we played, that's the only thing we did score on. That's scored. For real. The only reason why that happened is I had 9 players that was missing that game. Star players, though, not regular players. 9 players missing that game. And honestly, I didn't think we was going to pull that game off. I was a little nervous going into that game.
I was going to say that to you.
I had 9 players.
I was going to say that too. See, can I say something?
When they fought their heart out and got that done, I have to thank you, cuz, because without you coming over there and showing them who they was, each and every last one of them, we don't put that game out.
It's crazy you said that, cuz.
Joint practice is a must.
I agree. Hold on real quick, y'all. Shout out to Daniel Thomas. I forget where he's from.
That's my guy from Highlands. That's the Highlands 12U coach.
Daniel, I need you on the show. Listen, y'all. That's another thing I want to touch on. We got to get more of these the Highlands. We need to get everybody to a forefront, right? This is what youth sports also is missing. Having a real all-star break. Not your favorite players. Not the ones that the favorite. I'm talking about stats. We got to get these players prepared for high school. I tell my parents, I say, after you're a kid, and I don't believe in part, because I tell my coaches, you need to coach these players up. There shouldn't be no par players. However, after the par is up, sometimes your kid in high school might not even play. I'm trying to get them prepared for the real world. So if we got Zoom meetings, we have Zoom meetings 5 times a week, twice a day, position coaching with me. If they miss 3 of those meetings, do you think when it comes time, and Serge, you know, Serge run a complex offense. I can't trust him to get in the game and he know what he's doing if I can't trust him to get to practice.
Right.
So I tell my parents, hey, come to practice. And shout out to my parents because my practices look like games. My parents are there.
I'm gonna say another thing too.
Go ahead.
With football, 2 things. That's the type of that is like babysitters and start being more involved.
Talking about it. Talk about that. Go ahead, cuz the floor yours.
Because that child not getting the type of treatment they feel that that child should get. But then they're not at practice, they're not involved. So all that makes a difference, you know what I'm saying?
Do y'all believe?
Last year with the Rams, because I get what you're saying too, because we had a lot of our players, but we coached them up last year.
Right.
And we had them boys nice, you know what I'm saying?
But you said that. Do y'all believe? Okay. Here's what I'm gonna ask y'all. And shout out to the Dynamites. We gotta start integrating even the Bay Area, right?
Yeah.
To up here. This is why I give Grant so much props. You know, again, not only am I competitive, you know, I want to bring that Grant and Raiders back to that old school rivalry. I want to make sure that we get these teams involved. But one thing I gotta give props to, and me and Cuz talked about this. I gotta give Grant. Y'all know I was excited as a person that stays in Sacramento when I seen the national US and I seen the 14U and I seen Grant on there. Not only it made me believe I had to show my boys we can do it too.
Yeah.
We can do it too.
And, you know,
For sure.
You need to skip the role for it, right?
Right.
Hey Keith, I'm gonna tell you, y'all on y'all way. Y'all ain't gave up no points or nothing. Them folks ain't got past the 50 or nothing on y'all. Y'all ain't giving up nothing.
It's a lot of sleeping, right? Like to me, I would just keep it real. The only team that I really actually respect on there is the Pacers. They're the only ones that, like, I was going post on there, I was calling out everybody on there but the Pacers. And I didn't do it yet, and I was like, look at me like, but it's the respect that I have for them that they deserve and earned that number 1.
Right, but hold on, cuz I want you to go back to that calling out. This is why I made Youth Football Sports Center, right? This is why I invited 300 Legacy, because our game of the week is 510 Legacy is Legacy versus Grant, right? Reason being is because one thing about youth sports is that let's get on here, fellas, as coaches, let's talk our stuff. But also, after each game, shout out to Daniel too. I'm gonna need on them Sundays the player of the game for each team and a coach to come on here. Let's teach these youngsters how to speak. One thing about my boys is they know this, right? I'm the disciplinary. I run my team like a franchise. I tell my quarterback, you're the face of this franchise. I tell all my players, everybody gonna get special privileges one way or the other because every player is treated different. Getting y'all prepared. If I sit there and say all the team, no, it doesn't work like that. So when y'all get to high school, y'all understand. But my thing about it,
you is agreeing with me that you have to be the most hardest on him in a sense because he's the leader.
You have listen, y'all. If we listen, he's the face of the franchise. I'm telling you, you're the face of the 14 youth Sac Raiders, which meaning the way you carry yourself, the way you're a reflection of the head coach, or a reflection of me. I'm gonna post this, y'all, in the comments. So we have what we call breakdown day, where it's kind of we had our rookie hazing, right? So what they decided to do Shout out to my veterans. They said, Coach, we're a family. So we're not letting them do it by ourselves. We're going to help the rookies. I went crazy. So they imitated the coaches, right? The funny part, my quarterback had me down packed from the arms to he said, this is Deion Sanders, right? And when they showed my reflection and they showed a replay of me yelling at the players and at my quarterback, but he yelling at me, man, I had parents going crazy, right? So I'm sitting here and I tell them, I say, being a reflection of your coach and head coach as a quarterback, like Cuz said, is the way you carry your team. So we have something what we call mental health check-in, right, y'all? So before each practice, I go to my coaches on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. I ask my coach, how you feeling on a scale of 1 to 5 physically? They might say, Coach, hey, Coach, I'm at a 4. Mentally, I'm at a 3. Emotionally, I'm at a 2.5, Coach, going through a couple things. Financially, hey, Coach, didn't get paid. Now, I go to each player, y'all. Now, here's the deal. Y'all not going to have players tell y'all right then and there. Everybody going to say they're 5, right? However, once practice start going, guess what's going to happen? Hey, Coach, they don't come up to you by themselves. Hey, man, I'm not 3, Coach. All right, we ain't have no food. Okay. My coaches have what we call an access spot. That is for us to make sure any kids that don't have any food, they look out.
That's dope. That's dope.
I had a player come up to me the other day. Today, Coach. I'm like, what's up? It's Big Nasty. One of my linemen, like, Coach, I'll be honest. Man, because I say schoolwork, how do y'all feel? I'm like, Coach, I'm at a 1. I'm like, what? I got a C- in my math. But I wanted to say to myself, nigga, why I took that? However, I tell him, do you want a C-, doctor working on you, or A? That's so he like, Coach, all right, now I would die if I had, because I'm like, why? He like, I got a C-, doctor working on me. I said, you bought in. So I high five. He like, man, I gotta get this up. So I don't think I need to practice today. This is what he tell me. And I'm gonna sit out. He started doing the math. I didn't even know how to do the average. I'm gonna sit out 8. Why you gonna sit out 8 minutes? Because that's the points I'm lacking to get to that beat.
Well, that's accountability right there.
I'm about to get in. Each day we gotta work. But today I asked him, what's the word of the day? Today was communication. So before we left, Big Nasty said, Coach, we need to talk to the team. I said, hey, y'all, communication was key, but accountability. So my lineman, let me get Big V back on here. My lineman, he texted me. This is my center. When I say my center, never played football. You back on my cuz. Never played football. Shout out to Izzy. His dad come up to the baseball player. Big dude. I never played. I said, hey, don't worry about it. He'll be the best center. Now, everybody have an open door policy with me, right? So I sit there and tell Izzy, I said, Mike Pouncey, all his videos. Start looking at practice every day. His dad coming to the coach. Boy, he's obsessed. Love it. So today, like I said, accountability. Come, hey coach. I'm like, what's up? He said, your accountability. I'm like, what? I told you to stop drinking them rock stars. I had to respect it, right? The parents looking at me like, is he really about to run? I'm looking, I said, I can't do nothing. Gotta run my, you feel me? So I get done running and I'm sitting there. Coach, he said, Coach, I'm gonna give you one more accountability. You gotta lose that stomach. I died laughing, right? He said, you can't preach being athletic and you're out here, coach, with the stomach. Hey, you know, so having things, I tell my players this, y'all, and I want everybody to understand this. I tell my players, come to me, let me know what's going on. Sundays, y'all, is resume building because I'm dealing with 14-year-olds. Shout out to my coach, who he's not only the life coach, he's the gentle coach. So he teaches them different things on Sunday resume building. So this Sunday, we're building our resumes. The reason why I do resume building, because let me be honest with y'all, we're dealing with 14-year-olds, right, y'all? They be
Yeah.
forgetting that shit. There's no excuse about you going to hit a lick. When I taught you how to build a resume, post it on Indeed. My daughter had a job when she was 15, so it ain't no excuses, right? So we were teaching them on how to proper etiquette as a man, how to tie that tie if you sit at the dinner table. So one of the coaches said, "Hey, coach, and I don't need to know about no force or nothing like this, man. I'll be a millionaire." Stop everybody. I said, "See, this is the person that y'all need to talk to. Because this would be the person that'll say, hey, I don't need it. Let's hit this lick real quick."
Real quick.
Always want to be different. I tell my players that. Y'all wonder why they say, "Coach, why did you tell that cheerleader she's younger than you?" Yes, ma'am. It's respectful. If I catch one of my players, right? If I hear you talking to your mom, yeah, mom. No. Go take a lap, bro.
Get up out of here.
Crazy though, because for a lot of these kids, though, for real, we is more respecting than their parents. Than they respect their parents sometimes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Some of these kids, you know, I got a player, right? He posted on Instagram, true story. He like, "Mom's telling you something. You know, you jump around, coach telling you something." What it is, he running around moving hella fast, like
On everything.
Right.
Them consequences hit different.
it'd be a difference, you know what I'm saying? Because in reality, some of these kids, we ain't daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't either have daddy, so they got to respect daddy that they really don't respect. You know what I'm saying? Or try to respect them. Like, I don't know if you just the automatic. Like,
I tell each of my players every day before a game, and a parent came up to me and said, "Marquise, I respect that." I look at before each game, I look at my players, shake their hand and say, "I believe in you and I love you." Every last player, I look them in their eye, because some of these players are lacking love. That's why you see some of the things that they do, their reactions. Instead of getting on them, I tell them, I say, "Hey man, look, there's two things in life that y'all don't understand. I'm preparing y'all for life. This is why I did the media, because not every player want to make it to the NFL, but y'all love using these phones. Guess what? I'm gonna teach y'all how to be media." Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
What's the lady named Maria for the females makes hell of money, but again,
not just that now. The Rock really put behind that league and created that league. I can't see by the time our kids this age, get to that age, that's like the G League of football.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's outlets. But I think really, you know, 14 is that they level where I think if you get a hold of these kids when they're a little younger, and you start training them at a young age, you know what I'm saying, they'll be better, they're the better off when they get to an older age. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
Some of them is coming, and then you gotta understand, a lot of these kids come from dysfunctional homes, and then they go to dysfunctional programs. But let's be honest and be real. Not everybody cares about these kids in this program. Some of these programs don't care about the money. They don't care about some of the shit that don't matter about the kids. You know what I'm saying? So when you have that, you have kids that just misled and you know what I'm saying? So and that's the time. And that's why I give it to y'all last, Mike, because y'all in here, bro.
Period.
Yeah.
And y'all teaching the kids a different way of outreach. Y'all not teaching them the same ghetto ass mentality or thinking about just the money with y'all over here. It's about the kids, because y'all will cut a motherfucker before y'all deal with them.
I agree.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure. For sure.
It's about just the money with y'all, and then y'all get back to the kids. The kids will appreciate it.
Here's my thing. Like as my kids get older, you have to know as a coach, and I'm talking to all the coaches that might be listening. You have to know as a coach, when I hand my son over, you are his second father. That means you finna tell you some shit he ain't finna tell me. Y'all finna have a rapport that we ain't finna have. All that type of shit. So with that responsibility, with that honor comes great responsibility. So coaching is one thing, man, but mentoring is the big thing.
Hold on.
I always wanted to get into coaching, not for the X's and O's. That's not really my thing, but just to get the most out of a kid. And I'm happy with the program I'm at now.
I gotta go back to that because you said something that was so true, and I gotta elaborate on this. Mike just said, y'all, players will come to the coaches and tell them things they might not say to the father or the mother, or you can get things out of them that the parents been wanting. I'm gonna give you an example. Shout out to my OC Serge. Serge's son, little Serge, that's my guy. He looked at me and said, Coach Keats, well, goddamn, I've been trying to get him to. I said, sir, sometimes kids try to play for you. And Serge had to tell him, I have my time. This is why I love Serge. Again, you got coaches, sometimes I'm like, Serge, leave my guy alone. Leave my guy alone. Because again, they don't understand. Before we get up out of here, I want to say something. Let me read these comments. Shout out to Coach.
Before you get out of there, I just got one.
Hold on, cuz. Let me do our comment. Shout out to Coach Thomas Daniels. He said, I talked to all my minds and I check in and out of school, make sure grades are up to par. I lost 3 of this game grades. Yep, to teach them how to step up. Love all my boys. Shout out to Coach Clifford.
Coach Thomas don't be playing.
No, he don't. And that's like Cliff. Cliff go to schools. I go to schools. I got reports with teachers. I want to read some and then I'm gonna let my cousin finish off. This is what I got from my rookie. We call our players that just never played football. My center, start center. This is what he wrote to me. Then he sent it to the players. So we play Cadover Lacers this week, coach. And I need to address the team. I know I'm a rookie. However, you've taught us to speak our mind, to speak up when we're confident about something. So I'm, as a captain and the leader, I'm sending this to you before I send it to the players. Let me know if it's offensive. Read it, no problem. He says to me that. So we play Cadover Lacers this weekend, fellas. And from this point on, we have to go 200% at practice. I'm watching all of you. And coach is too. We have a mission. Our coach have set the standards high to beat everyone we played against. Let's be honest. We got invited to Vegas. And we're not going to Vegas to let everybody walk over us. We're going to Vegas to win. Y'all better work your butts off at practice and games. Show us and show the coaches that y'all committed to this football team. Because I am. This football team, this is not a football team. As Coach Marquis said, this is a family. We spend more time with each other than our family. If it gets one of us, it gets all of us. Something we all have to be recognized as. We're 14U and we have younger players looking up to us, especially the 6, 8, 10, and 12. We are Raiders, which means we have to commit to excellence. How excellent are y'all? Lying, I'm challenging y'all every day. We have Zoom meetings, yes, but I feel like our Zoom meetings not getting it because we still have an arguing bigger. From this day forward, I'm going to just start personally telling players, you're not playing. And I'll take it up with the coach, whether he have me running or all of us running, but I'm not going for it. What is our slogan for this year? It's personal business. So we're not letting nobody disrespect us. Show everyone the Sac Raiders are here to play. We have too many goddamn Zoom meetings. Sorry my language, but we've been at this since OTAs in March. I will tell y'all, every time I go to sleep, I wake up about being better as a Raider. We have school. Coach leaves an open Zoom meetings. He pays tutors out his pocket for us to be great. Last night during a Zoom meeting, we had 4 players. I don't want to hear no excuses for the other players that wasn't in here about bad grades. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, as the line and as the leader of your line, I need all y'all report cards today. If not, then we all will run as one. And I'll let coach know we won't be practicing until we get it together. Now, as I told y'all before, we're in this together. Coach, label, and his thing is unity means growth together as one. So UNG together as one. The word of the day for tomorrow is together as one. Look, I'm not trying to act like I know everything because I'm a rookie. But what I have been taught, as Coach tell us, for those that got both parents out here, like I do, appreciate it. For those that don't, latch on to those that you can. Coach has an open door. Serge has an open door. Trey has an open door. SP has an open door. Ant has an open door. And coach assistant. From this day forward, if I don't see 100%, y'all won't be going to Vegas with us. Hey, coach can get mad if he won't, but I'm telling you, I love you guys, each and every one. So if y'all don't reply back to this message within the next 5 minutes, then I take it y'all not ready to go to Vegas, and y'all damn for sure not gonna beat Grant. Love you guys. That's what my appointment.
Oh, look, young rookie coming with it. He ain't having that way about his business.
Look, y'all.
He ain't no rookie. Hey, I would love to have him. Like this.
Hey, y'all, this rookie left this to me, and when I said is, what's wrong? It said, Coach, you were sick, and I noticed how Coach Dre and Coach Serge kept it going. But one thing I didn't see is the other players that were sitting to the side focused. So
hey, that's dope right there. That's dope right there.
He dope. That's what he dope. Hey, he dope. He dope. And
Hey, that's one thing. That's one thing to hear from your coach. When you hear from your brother, though, it's real.
that's different.
So my player's reaction, y'all. So this is the reaction. My quarterback said, he said, damn, is you gonna have coach embarrass me, man. I was supposed to say this speech, but good job, Brooke. Love you, boy.
Straight up.
I'm the quarterback in the center. So we both sent this. I die laughing, right? So my running back say, wow, rookie, I taught you well. The line said we lost for words. The person who's we always have a problem with is one of our lines, right? Great, Pete, my God. Pete said, damn, rookie, I guess I can't go as hard for you. He said, but what I can say is, coach don't talk like that. It'd be a little more cuss words in it. So everybody start laughing, right? And today I get to practice, y'all. And if y'all can see this, my rookie texts me at 9:30, coach, I'm having Zoom. These are the linemen, coach, I need lineman drills.
Yeah.
I sent this to him. My skill players called me. Hey, coach, who we watching? We didn't watch our motivation. They won't tell me what their motivation. Cool. Coach, I need everybody at practice at 5:15. No more 6 o'clock. If I catch a player, my philosophy, our practice start at 6, y'all late at 6. 5:45, my practice start.
You know, I think you think when you got there.
I want to talk about you. I tell.
I'm going. I don't know one way or not. Y'all better be stretching. Y'all better be the stretch, the workout. Everything you better be doing. You better be late to be ready.
Shout out to you, Steve94. Oh, Powder Puff Raiders, Grant. Oh, Powder Puff Raiders and Grant Moms game gonna be lit. I agree. Listen. So what I'm going to do is also, I want to start this youth. I want to start having the coaches versus players. All the coaches.
That'll be dope. Just let me know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, Coach Cousin. You in charge of getting that together. So
Hey, look, I ain't coaching, right? But you OGs better be careful with them young lives when they ain't playing no more.
right. Also, I want to start the youth combine. I want to start the youth combine, guys. I will talk to Mike, Thomas, Vito, Chewy, Bam. I want to talk to everybody. I want to have a big meeting. I want to have this youth combine, invite all high school.
That sound raw. That sound raw.
Hey, y'all, listen. Youth Football Sports Center, we're taking over. Mike, Thomas, Cuz, go ahead.
I appreciate you, Cuz. I appreciate you. On the Matadors, you know, it's our first year. You know, we making some noise. And I gotta just shout out my team before we get off here, though, because they 15 players on the roster, 13 to 14 show up every week, and they 5-1. And that ain't just regular pop one. They really in the shit for people. So, you know, they could be 13 deep and go against 30 strong. And then do stuff like that. I gotta get my head.
Hey, that's funny you said that. Shout out. Every team is undefeated with the Raiders. 14U, we lost 1, and 6U. Shout out to Mark, who's won at 13U every championship back to back with the Bulldogs. They lost 2 games. Other than that, Kurt, Bliff, and Hossey undefeated. Hossey, nobody has scored on y'all this year. Same as us. Grant, got a shout out to Mike, a rep of Grant. Let's keep it going. Like I said, Mike know that week we're gonna have fun on the show, y'all, the whole week leading up to the game.
So
We're bringing this back to y'all. Listen, man, we're gonna have pranks. We're bringing it back.
yeah, we big barbecuing in the parking lot.
After we lost to the Raiders last year with the Rams, I had it as, but arguing with my head coach when he was gonna go there, you know what I'm saying? But we ended up losing to y'all last year. That made my decision to start my own time. So
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Shout out to my big brother Bliff. We're tailgating. I'm telling y'all right now. Me and Mike, we're putting this together. The grand game, we're tailgating early, y'all. I'm talking about real. Listen, y'all, this is gonna be big. Because what I'm Big Indie Network is bringing their live station out there. I'm so blessed they're going to sponsor the barbecue. Shout out to Big Indie. Listen, that's the 16th. Yes. Big shout out to Big Indie Network. Yes. No, whatever. It's 2 weeks from now.
14th.
14th.
Yeah.
I can spot out there because the 15th, hold on. What time is 14 you play?
We play at 3. You know we play late.
No, sometimes you know the Pacers they play early.
Oh yeah. If we y'all playing at our house, yeah, we playing at 9:30, family.
Oh, so that's even better. Tailgate start at 6, baby. Listen,
Hey, nah. That's our usual program, but for y'all, we gonna play last though, for real.
Okay, so my shout out to my producer.
I could probably make that game. We play the Stack Panthers that day. My 14 don't got no game that day. We don't got a game till Sunday at a night game for that stuff.
We will be out there. Big Indy will be at y'all game. Just got word. And also, Big Indy is covering the whole week, so they will split time between the Raiders and Grant practices. This will be on the Black Hole TV series. Y'all make sure y'all go to YouTube. We got episode 5. We're releasing episode 6 exclusively on Big Indy.
So, quick question. As a fan of this game, right? Who holds the edge in the Raiders and Nation game?
You know the
Y'all going to see the top dog in Northern California.
listen, the Pacers gotta have it. I don't listen. You know your cousin. We grew up in the old school era. I am very respectful. I'm very competitive. But when it comes to this shit, see, one thing I told my players, in order to be the best, you got to play the best. I don't care about this. Let me be honest. I got to tell my players, we're still 0-0. You ain't get shit. With that being said, because my producers be on me, hey, check this out. 2 things we always like to lead with this, y'all. This is the new host of the show. I'm bringing Thomas in, my guy, man. We're going to have fun. But I want y'all to understand something. Youth is where it's headed. Let's make sure that we not only show these youth on how to play the game the right way, the student athlete come first. Make sure
human beings.
Right. Make sure y'all also respect the game.
Sir.
Right.
My like I said, shout out to Big Indie TV Network. They just got word that we will be having a couple competitions, but they really want to make sure that we start covering. So I'm gonna holler at Mike. I need somebody from Grant, cause they just told me they need somebody from you. You guys will officially have a media team. I want to set that up, man, with you guys. School days is something big. that they have on the channel that's very big. That's gonna help everybody in the long run. Hey, like I said,
Give them my number, cuz. My business, they can focus on my business for me. I let them handle all the business.
Before I get out here, all my single fathers, I did something. If y'all notice my coaching staff, right? And I want all coaches to know this. When y'all assembling that coaching staff, I don't have baby daddies on my team. I got fathers. Everybody on my team, just no lie. Because I can't have a guy on my team that don't take care of his kids, and I got people bringing me their kids that don't work. Everybody on my team got custody of their kids or in their kids' life. My little brother, Dre, custody of all four. Cuz I sent you the invite for your niece too. My daughter, much props. My daughter graduated a year early. I don't want to hear that shit that y'all can't do it. I was a single father raising a young lady from the time she was 6 months. I left home because no, could have been anywhere up. I sacrificed a lot. It's worth it. Dave, my daughter walked in here yesterday and said, Dad, I graduated from Sac State on the 24th of January. And I head to B-More to college next day. Blessing. I did my job.
Yeah. Salute.
I'm able to. Now I'm looking for my boys, because I told my boys, this just don't stop. Shout out to one of my quarterbacks that I had last year. Told him, I played freshman quarterback varsity at Ohio. Didn't start, but I told my quarterback last year, played with me for the Bulldogs, Eric, said, thing right, you be starting quarterback from varsity at Kent. His parents called me and said, Marquise, that college prep program, doing Zoom meetings, making sure they know defense. It worked. So with that being said, hey y'all, I'm trying to change this game. I want everybody to be a part of this youth football sports center. Shout out to Thomas, man. Listen, bro, I appreciate you. North Highlands, we gonna get y'all on the map because I feel like y'all deserve just as much time. I need that other area to get in here. It ain't all about just the main team. Grant, y'all set that pace high. We love it. Because if you're a real coach, a real athlete, you would never hate. What you're gonna do is be competitive and want to get to how great they are. Like Cuz said at the beginning, man, the standards is with them. So again, hey y'all, the game of the week is the Sac Grant Pacers against Oakland Legacy. Are they playing at Grant or at Legacy?
We playing in Grant.
Oh, I will be at the game for sure.
Yeah.
Y'all play early in the morning?
No, we play y'all play in the morning?
Yep, 9:30.
So I will be there at the Grant game before we play late. We play Rancho Cordova. Shout out to my boys. Shout out to Grant. Shout out to my cousin team. I want to dedicate this last part to the Commodore. My cousin did this, y'all. To be 5-0. Not 6-0. Not only 6-0, but they got this. It look like we competing about who gonna get scored on first. I love it because it's a family thing. Hey, Mike, man, listen, man. You motivated me, brother. I thank you because you got us motivated, bro.
They were surprised when they said 14 league with us. They didn't think we was something.
Nah.
They shocked that we were, but hey, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of these y'all here, some of these kids, you know, they look at them to play with you. So, you know, they didn't know this. Like, they don't know that's the real shit. A couple of them, they already think it's all. They already know it's
Yeah.
like my offense better last year when y'all blew us out. I went back and watched that tape so many times to see what I need to do with extra offense. You know, share that offense a little more space.
Right. And they do it to you. Hey, y'all, listen, man. I will be giving more details about this youth football combine. I'm gonna talk to Chewy, man. I'm gonna try to get a neutral spot, man. I'm gonna try to have a combine out there, and a combine out here, and then I'm gonna have a super combine where if you're it's sack, you may be moving, you still gonna get scouted by these high schools.
Well,
I got
maybe we can try to reach out to some people and see, there's a lot of NFL players that be throwing combines,
But see, this is the difference. Now, we gonna reach out to them for a sponsor. We gonna do this the way we need it because I need these high school kids to really see. I don't need no favoritism. I don't need because you play for this organization. You feel me?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get is us fellas that are really passionate, especially Mike. Mike, listen, one thing I can say about him is that he's passionate about the youth. He gonna ride with his grant, but for me to see the different side, it lets me know. With that said,
for sure. Last year, I went to the Pacers for sure, but he supported our 12 youth movement.
That's every team I see that with him.
Even our 14 last year, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another lead that we deserved last year.
Right.
So,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mike's gonna be a part of it and gonna let everybody know if somebody deserved that notice. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's just about making this thing right. You know what I'm saying? And I was fortunate to watch a few organizations before I started my own. I was fortunate to join an organization and coach before I started my own. It ain't the easiest thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But
It is not.
when you see the fruits of your labor, pay it off. Where
Time.
My TQ, we 5-1. My 14 we 4-2. My 12 we 4-2. My 14 is 6-0. So at the end of the day, it ain't easy.
Hey, with that being said, my producer gonna kill me. I went over time, but I gotta say this real quick.
Because I love y'all.
No. I gotta say this before we get out of here, fellas. Listen, God bless to a great weekend this weekend. I want to always leave on a positive note as far as giving blessings, giving roses, and last but not least, y'all please go download from your Fire Stick. This episode will be downloaded tomorrow. It will no longer be on this page. Y'all gotta go to your Fire Stick, Apple TV, Android, Roku. Download Big Indie TV Network. Download the app. It's a little blue app. Download it. Y'all see the youth. Y'all see our talks. Our special. We got this the Black Hole. This is episode 5. Dope, raw, uncut, behind the scenes, Zoom meetings, classes. Also, y'all gotta watch it because we about to lead up to this Grant game. Listen, y'all, we gonna have Grant coaches on here. I'm trying to get everybody. We gonna have fun. It's the old school making youth football great again. We might go break their stadium. We gonna have some fun with this, y'all. Mike, Cuz, P, Thomas,
Thank you for having me, boss. Thank you for having me, man. For real.
Football Sports Center, y'all. We up out of here, man. Peace. God
Yes,
bless
sir.
you guys, man. Hey, man, what a great episode, man, with some great fellas. Hey, man, listen, this is what it's about. Shout out to Thomas, Daniels, North Islands, man. I gotta get my brother on here, man. Man, I love it. I want to say this before I log off. Shout out to my cousin Terrence, who gave me an opportunity when I came from the Vikings. Love you, big cuz. Shout out to Bam. Gave me an opportunity with the Bulldogs. Love you, bro. And more importantly, shout out to Larry. Shout out to Tober. Can't forget about him with Ravens. My guy Jack. And more importantly, shout out to my big brother Clifford. Bro, we started something and we gonna finish this. Hey, Sack Raiders, stand up. The bar's been set. Catch us every day. We out of here. This first and go. 1st and 10.